Shalom and welcome to all our viewers, perhaps I should say loyal viewers, who are, Baruch Hashem, growing in number all the time. And to my very good friend, Jonathan Pollard. Hello.
Shalom Rav.
So, as usual, there is nothing to discuss regarding the Middle East or the world in general. Everything is dull, boring, and just par for the course, right? So that what could you possibly want to talk about today?
I don't know. I have to search long and hard to find something of any relevance to discuss.
We have complete faith in you, Jonathan, that you'll
Thank
find
you.
something to enlighten
That's
us.
more than my children have in me.
Okay, let's hear what's on the agenda today.
I think we first have to talk about the Minister of Defense, Yoav Gallant, and his visit to the United States, or um,
Trip, his visit.
his trip. A lot of people have been asking me what could possibly um, be involved with this. And what I've tried to explain to people is the principal objective of his visit is to show our war plan to the Biden administration's top advisors, and particularly the Pentagon, and to get their assessment and their okay on what we have planned.
Which is tantamount to sending these plans directly to Hezbollah and Iran.
Correct. I mean, the number of sort of dodgy people in the Pentagon and in the administration as a whole suggests that those plans, whatever they may be, will be in Tehran and Beirut very quickly. I mean, there's just no way around that assessment. It's clear that that's what's going to happen. And the point is, our policy, our war policy, such as it is in Lebanon, is not going to be made here in Israel, either in the Kiryah or in the government, in the war cabinets, the misnamed war cabinet, which really isn't anymore, or any other place in Israel. But it's going to be made, presumably, in Washington, at Washington's discretion. You can't fight a war this way because the United States, the Biden administration, has been doing everything it possibly can to prevent us from taking Hezbollah apart by telling us, threatening us that if we do this, we'll be on our own. Certainly, if the Iranians strike again, they've told us we'll be on our own. And if we start this war, which is news to a lot of people up north, I mean, they've known for 8 months there's been a war, that we will have ignited a regional war. We will have ignited a regional war. So Gallant has gone to Washington, probably also to be browbeaten and prepared, as Gallant has been, to toe the American line and be prepared, if necessary, to break off from the Likud, start his own party, drain votes away from Bibi, and basically be ready to supplant him and possibly the Likud. It's an open secret that really nobody of any importance in the Likud wants him to continue to be in the Likud. So, given that fact, he's gone to Washington like Benny Gantz did before him, to get his instructions. Secondarily, to get our war plan amended to suit America's objectives in this matter. And certainly, if the United States were a real ally and were that concerned about reducing the chances of a regional war, they would do everything necessary at this point to convince Hezbollah and certainly Iran that they're going to stand right by us, they're going to help us, They're going to supply us with every piece of equipment we need, and they'll position as many carrier battle groups as necessary in the Eastern Mediterranean with the hammers cocked, so to speak. And that would convince Hezbollah and Iran that they mean business. The United States does. And if there's going to be a regional war, it's going to be a real short one because the United States is going to make sure of that fact. But when the United States slow walks equipment, and we'll talk about this later, and then announces that if the Iranians launch another missile, drone, and cruise missile strike against us, well, we're on our own. That's a great thing to telegraph right before a war, and that we better be careful going north if we choose to do that, not to ignite a regional war. So it's already on us that we've done this. So Gallant really has had, in a normal situation, Gallant never should have been allowed to go to the United States, ever, for any reason. Everybody knows what the policy objectives of the Biden administration are. And so why are we beating a dead horse? I mean, it's ridiculous. So I think the bottom line on this is that Gallant went to Washington basically to have our war plan edited or vetted, if you will. And by doing that, our enemies are now very well aware of what our intentions are. I hope that the war plan that was presented was not the actual war plan. I hope it was a fake. That would have been.
I wish I could believe that very necessary and pragmatic and wise that level of wisdom was in fact
I'm sure not
in play in those circles, but I doubt it.
No.